Vinny the Vole and the Tricky Tale. In a meadow so green, with flowers so bright, lived Vinny the Vole, a mischievous sight. With a twinkle and grin he'd play every day, pulling pranks on his friends in a cheeky way. "Trickety, trickety, guess who's near? It's Vinny the Vole, you'd best beware." He'd shout and giggle, then scamper and hide. With mischief and laughter he'd burst with pride. One sunny morning he found a neat spot, a log by the river, a perfect plot. Vinny dug holes and covered them tight, then snuck off to hide just out of sight. Along came Tilly, the bright blue jay. She spotted a worm and chirped, "Hooray!" But one little hop, and whoops! Down she fell into a hole. Poor Tilly yelled, "Trickety, trickety, guess who's near? It's Vinny the Vole, you'd best beware." He chuckled and rolled, his cheeks full of cheer, but Tilly the jay was less than sincere. "Vinny," she squawked with a feathered frown, "these tricks of yours are wearing us down. One day, dear Vinny, you'll see how it feels when a trick's on you, and that one won't heal." Vinny just giggled, and off he sped, looking for places to play tricks ahead. He spied Frankie the frog asleep by the creek and put a big leaf on the frog's green cheek. Frankie awoke with a jump and a shout, "Who put this leaf on my face? Get it out!" But Vinny just laughed. It was all just for fun, as he scampered away, proud of what he'd done. Then one cloudy day, when no friends were around, Vinny felt bored as he looked up and down. "No one to trick? How lonely I feel," he sighed, then slipped on a muddy eel. "Whoops!" cried Vinny, as he slid with a flop, down to the pond with a splishy splash plop. Covered in mud and weeds in his fur, Vinny felt silly and a bit unsure. Out came his friends with a smirk and a grin. "Looks like a trick has got you this spin." Frankie and Tilly both started to cheer. "Tricks are much funnier when shared, don't you hear?" Vinny felt humbled, then nodded his head. "I see now, my friends, what you both have said. I'll play tricks more kindly and join in the fun. But I won't go too far, my mischief is done." And so in the meadow, bright with sun's gleam, Vinny played gently, no tricks too extreme. With laughter and joy he learned something new, that fun is much better when shared by the crew. "Trickety, trickety, I'm still near, but Vinny's now careful with pranks, don't fear." And under the sky, with friends by his side, Vinny the Vole felt happy inside.